I was making mid six-figure income. I had it all: the house, the cars, the pretty wife, 3 kids, 3 young kids, the alpha male image. It was all a lie built on pain and a handful of VA prescribed morphine. For 10 years, over 10 years, I was addicted to morphine. Really, I mean, the last 3 years was really bad. I've been too ashamed to speak about it. I mean, there's a handful of people that knew, close family members, whatnot. But I hid it as much as I could. But today the silence ends. This is the truth about how I lost everything and how you can avoid the same trap. Not long ago, I had it all figured out. I was that guy working my ass off, making a mid six-figure income. We had a brand new home, the whole setup, my family, my career. I was killing it. That's what I thought I was supposed to do. As a American male, we're taught to do well, get a good job, get a good or find a nice girl, marry her, get married, have kids, the American dream, right? So I believed that. I believed I was the provider, the protector, the so-called alpha male who had everything under control. So I thought. But the rug got pulled from underneath my feet. I mean, it was so easy too. You don't realize how fragile you are. How fast things can go away. It's amazing. Well, not amazing in a good way, obviously. I got hurt at work, so I went through all that. Went to the doctor, blah blah blah. Got put on muscle relaxers at first, and then that wasn't working. I'd take them at night and stuff. You obviously can't take those during the day and work, but took them at night, wasn't working. So he got me in for, I think, an X-ray or MRI or something. It was on my lower back, by the way, but nothing was working. Nothing. So what I do, I went to the VA. This was my primary care physician outside the VA that I was using at the time. So I decided, well, I'm just going to go to the VA and see if they can do anything for me. Maybe they can help me, So that's where I went. My first appointment, and this is no lie, my very first appointment, I sat down in the doctor's office with my doctor that I had never met before until this moment. He looks in my records. He goes, oh, you need to be put on morphine. I thought, what? Morphine? I was kind of in shock, actually. Here I was, fit, trim, killing it. I had a lower hurt back, but it was like, hurt your back, you rub some dirt on it, you move on, right? I mean, that's what we're taught to do. Well, he put me on 15 milligrams of morphine pills, and they were the extended release kind. And you take them, I think I was taking 2 a day, 1 every 12 hours. And they help for the most part, but it got to the point where, okay, these ain't working so much. And this is a month, 2 months go by. And mind you, he prescribed me all this without any appointments made for an MRI or an X-ray or anything like that. Just a follow-up appointment the following month. So I went and told him, I said, yeah, they help, but they're still, I mean, I still get a lot of pain, there when I'm doing certain things. He goes, okay, well, I'm going to bump you up to 30 milligrams then, and then I'm also going to give you 30 milligram pills of the IRs, the instant release kind. Okay. And he said, also, I'm going to get you in for an MRI. I said, that'd be great. That's what I want. So, mind you, I'm taking 30 milligrams of 2 prescriptions, one of the extended release, one of the instant release. And I lived like that for, I don't know, it was a good 6 months to a year maybe on that. There's be some times where, I'd have to take a pill before it was actually due to take one, like, oh man, I'm hurting so bad. So, I would take an extra one here and there, not thinking much about it. I just thought, well, the pain's going to go away, right? Pain's temporary. That's what I've always been taught. You got to remember, I haven't spoke about it, but I was in the military, the United States Army, and what I did, there was no such thing as pain. Pain is just weakness leaving your body. Anyway, what I did in the Army anyway. I mean, I was at the highest levels. I've been through all the most brutal training that the United States military has. It makes the SEAL training look like going to kindergarten or something. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Anyway, so here I am. I'm on morphine, and I've got a construction job. All right, so I'm working construction. I was like a project manager / foreman, and so I had to do a lot of work, a lot of physical things, right? So I wasn't doing my body any good. The pain that I was getting, trust me, the morphine was working. It was dulling the pain, but it was also dulling me as a person. And I didn't realize it until I was realizing it. Because there's little things here and there that you kind of see happening that, you don't really think about them, but they're happening. So, that's addiction. That's when you're getting hooked on it. And I don't know how long the actual time frame is to get addicted to opioids, but I know it's not very long. And man, was I torn up. So I started losing everything. I wouldn't talk to anybody about it. This is between me and my doctor, my pain and whatnot. I was too proud to, talk to anyone about, how I'm feeling, the pain, my concern with addiction, possibly. I was, again, too proud for all this. I didn't want to admit to myself that I was addicted. Who would, right? And so all during this time frame, my life was crumbling around me. Like literally getting torn apart. And if I had been on morphine, I don't know how I would have felt about it. But at the time, it was bad. Everything that was happening to me was bad. Yes, I lost my wife. She cheated on me. Here I am with 3 kids, 3 young kids, and a baby, a 1-year-old baby. So I bought our dream home, and she ends up cheating on me with my next door neighbor. So they rent 2 marriages. They didn't care. Narcissistic people don't care. And that's when the shit really started hitting the fan. You know, obviously I'm upset, this and that, and you know, I don't know who's gone through this or any divorce or nothing, but it's not something that I would ever recommend to anybody unless you're going through a bad marriage or abuse or whatever. But this type of breakup was definitely something I was not used to. I wouldn't expect. Nobody expected it to happen. I thought I was doing everything right, you know. Well, you know, here I am working my ass off at work, you know, 60, 75, I mean, literally working 75 hours a week, you know, just to provide for my family. I wasn't buying a race car or toys for me, you know. I rarely had time to even go to the gas station to get a drink. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my morning Monster. But yeah, that part of my life really, and being addicted to morphine was, it's about as dark as it gets out here in the real world. You know, so here I am fighting a breakup and being addicted to morphine. You know, I've since, you know, gotten over a lot of things, and I'm no longer on morphine. I'm on Suboxone now, which is dramatically different than morphine, thank God. And yeah, it probably saved my life, I would say, for sure. Well, I wouldn't say. I know for a fact it saved my life, because there were so many close calls that I had while being addicted to morphine. I'll talk about that in another video, because I mean, I could talk for hours about my last decade plus. So I mean, this is a new channel. It's been a while that I've been thinking about creating a YouTube channel. You know, I kind of want to talk about things that's going on in our generation, Gen X, even millennials. You know, just talk about anything, especially people that's battling the same things that I've gone through. If there's anybody out there that wants to chat, hey man, I'm always up for positive reinforcement. I'm one of those people that will not judge for anything. And because I've been there, and it's, you know, I felt shamed. I felt embarrassed. And, you know, put me in my place for sure. So I've been there and done that. So, you know, with that being said, again, this is my very first video, and if you're coming on my channel, thank you for watching. Hopefully you will subscribe, send me a comment, join our Gen-Xperience community, please, and come back for more stories. I've got tons of stories that I'm currently writing, and thank you for listening.